Your hair? You need it?
No, I don't need this anymore, Matt. It is factory new, though.
It is factory new.
From what I can see.
Hashtag,
broken, of course.
Hashtag Henry's G's in the chat for your chance to win it in a giveaway.
Henry's G's in the chat. We'll give this away. It's a flip knife factory new comb edition.
Dust 2, Complexity, TSM, both abysmal on the T side in the first map. This one favors itself to a little bit more puggy style. Maybe Sick can get things rolling with his individualism on this map, but there definitely has to be improvement from both sides.
It was a T side on both sides. Obviously, Mirage has a very specific way to play it. If you want to learn it, go on YNK's YouTube channel. He'll tell you all about it, how you should approach your defaults and stuff. There wasn't any of that stuff going forward there.
Did he pay you?
No, actually. This is actually a really decent video if you want to actually know how the basics of the map work.
It's the one where you use Stat Helix?
Yes. It's actually,
okay.
That's what you should be doing, guys. But anyway, it's going to be Dust 2, like you said, a much more easier play style. We're going to be getting into the pistol here, and it's going to be TSM on the CT side, Complexity on the Terrorists. We'll have a look at the buys coming in. It's going to be 3 sets of armor, a couple of flashbang, Complexity going in fast, a little B rush here, all 5 players committed, and it's going to be a little bit troublesome with the Terrorists. As you can see, 2 teams waiting for them. There it is.
Well, it's going to be responded, though, because Android and Deathbeat's got it killed back. And that's going to cover up the doorway, try and get a shot through, but it's going to be Android again. And now they can try and plant the bomb down. He's a little bit hesitant to do so, despite having the man advantage, because no one's covering off the inside crack of the doorway. Which means he couldn't go for default, because they would have had a clear line of sight toward him. Sempus in toward window. Android jumping to spot him still. He's already at 2K, making it 3. That's a pretty sexy shot. And Whitmer, he manages to close it out.
I thought you said we weren't saying sexy anymore.
It was sexy, though. Yeah. And you're right, I need to stop, but I like sexy time.
Erotic shot, maybe?
That might be a little far.
Well, then it was a nice round of Complexity. Very simple, of course. Straight up B rush. When you have a decent spawn, it's not the worst idea in the world for sure. Complexity go in there, decent flashbangs to the CTs towards that car area. Managed to get the first couple of frags, but quickly responded. It looks like another B rush coming in straight away, Matt. But it's the B stack from the CTs. This could be a nightmare. It's Surreal going in first with the Mac 10. Gets the first one towards Six. No frags coming in now for the CTs. Not facing yet. It's going to be secured by Death. He gets one. It seems to, you know, but it's still, they recover. It's fine. It's all good. B-rush on the end
in the hood.
I would say it's not advised, especially when you know you're going against Force by that. The full B stack from TSM as well could have been a nightmare. Because that's it works, so you can't really argue with the result sometimes, Matt. I would have given a nice lecture about it, but they've won the round, so it's redundant. You know, I can't really justify calling people out when it's...
Please, Twist, just get one for me.
16 years old, of course, Twist. The new boy in the scene. Very impressive, very skilled.
A trader to Canada, just like FNS and Sempus. Perhaps he deserves it. Oh, deserves to pay for his sins. Oh, okay. He's got 2. Android gets Twist back, but that was what I wanted.
Yeah, it sounded like it. Jeez. Okay. 2-0, Complexity. Maybe they've got the B-rush again. Let's go for it once more.
I need wine.
Third and final attempt to do it. They could actually, I think they're going to go for it, you know. Let's do the B-rush again, guys. Yep, let's go. Scout towards mid, and it's going to be the straight-up B-rush. The thing is, the CTs are ready for this as well. You see, they don't want to cross just yet. They're going to come in delayed, but it looks like there's 3 towards CT spawn right now. B-rush does come in, and it's only going to be 1 player, actually. Sempus will be waiting for them. Here comes the rotation, and the CTs are predicting this. First kill comes in, Death takes it down with the Mac 10. FNS coming with that PT50, though. Trying to make something happen here. The CTs do have position towards the back of the site, but just don't have the firepower to really do anything with it. And this could actually be something interesting. Smoke. Not going to amount to much though. Automatically taken down 4-on-1. Twist. Can you do the same thing again with that Desert Eagle?
Yes.
Yes.
I just want to yell again.
I don't. I feel like I would hurt my voice. I can feel it if I try to do it.
It's all right. One of us here has a stronger throat than the other. It's good for our relationship, if I'm honest. Twist trying to find the shot. Can't this time. Flashed up. Another player approaching from middle right now. The mid doors. It's really hard to find Sanks, who in turn shows him out of 1 tap with a P250.
3-0 and 3 B rushes. We're going to the first gun run here. TSM, obviously Sempus did not force fire as heavily as his teammates. He has the AWP. Naked though, no armor. And they have not got a single kit either. So this could be kind of interesting. I think you're picking up that flicking of yours on the mic.
Yeah, I'm just practicing, you know.
So it might get kind of
I want to impress all the chicks.
No, I don't think there's any in
There was some here earlier. They were hanging out.
I missed that.
You did. Flash over, Twist blinded, but inside the pit, no one pushing. It's really insignificant, but I'm paid to talk, so that's why I'm telling you about it.
Well, the CT setup's going to be Twist towards the pit and FNS, as you said. And now we'll see, and this one goes down. I'm not sure where Sempus is right now. I just he's on the aim ramp. I can't really see them really much too well, but yeah, he is. He's going to be aim ramp, backing up towards short. There he is. Thank you. And he's going to look at B split coming in from Complexity. You can see the way they're set up right now. 2 players towards lower B, 2 in the tunnels, and make it a third coming in as well. So this will be the B split coming in. They don't have any positional control of the map, so they're going to have to commit to this at West Point. And it's going to be the scouts. So Whitmer, full on Jaden this round, and Sick with a little placement now. I'm sure he'll pick up a couple of frags here, looking by his position. He's playing this quite nicely.
HP though, Sick, missing his shots. That's a huge mistake because Whitmer's able to take him down. FNS manages to get 2, manages a third in through the smoke as well, and now he backs away. Bomb dropped, can't go inside of the site due to that smoke, but he needs to be weary of the fact that there is going to be a push from Def coming in at mid-late. And this is even smarter because Sempus is going to go down. He lines it up, can't find the shot just yet on FNS. But he's done decent damage, down to 44.
Oh, that's a bit of a whiff and twist. Should have been putting out to bed a little bit earlier. And Def, he's going to be coming in to 12-1. Horrible display of aim here. I do give Def the benefit of the doubt. He's on a much higher ping than these guys, but still, he had an opportunity to get 2 frags here. That's a big round for TSM to win, but they do take a lot of damage in terms of the economy. You can see after 3 players being dropped, they are going to have a struggle to reinvest in this. I don't think they've recovered the orb. So, bad times, because Whitman had a ton of cash. He only had the scout last round. So, this could be a full reset coming in now for the CTs. I would say at this point, they probably want to be looking for that first frag, try and do something a little bit different here. 2 players towards short this time instead of long, so maybe trying to nade towards lower B, trying to do some added damage. Let's see all the players. Complexity slowing it right down, of course. Got the orb, trying to take advantage of this situation.
Flash, twist, turns, not blinded, nearly gets a chance as a bunny hopping Def comes around the corner, but he will eventually find the shot. Good damage on the second peek as well, and now he's going to change it up because FNS comes in to try and do it as well, but Whitmer gets him with the AWP. And Whitmer's got a second one on his Sempus as well. Bomb being swarmed on top of that catwalk, Sick with the frag. And they'll close it out. 3-2 now. TSM starting to pull this back in their favor, just 1 round of the difference. It could be similar to what we saw on Mirage.
That was the 3-0 for Complexity to kick things off, and then not winning a single. Well, they won 1 gun round after that. It was 11-4, wasn't it? But yeah, TSM, a big round for them. Like I said, that would have been a hard reset going into this one, but they managed to hold on and get the orb back as well. It's going to be a pretty much full eco here for Complexity from P250s, and block and smoke and flash and twist. Anticipating his B rush once again. He'll be in lower B with the MP7. Going to have some real first, or is he? Def, maybe they're going to try and challenge him at the same time. The first kill comes in, drops the bomb as well. And now twist. Straight up. 1, 2. Doesn't get the thirds.
Whitmer with the shot back in turn, but automatic on the stairwell. Going to find 2 again. Bomb dropped, finds it on Android. But Whitmer out the doorway with some style, with some steez. But it is FNS that gets him back down. So 3 versus, or excuse me, 3. 3-3, that's what I'm trying to say is the score. So you do this weird thing where you say 3 plays 3, and then I think it's a situational, and then I start messing with my mind. It's all your fault, is what I'm trying to say.
I thought it might be.
Yeah.
3-3. Complexity are going to be back on towards the buy, though. Android with the AWP this time, which is interesting. Obviously, we associate the orb with Whitmer. So let's see how they decide to approach this round. But TSM 3 rounds in a row here. Molotoving towards the long doors. I'm going to be there for now. It does give them more confidence to cross to the pit and leave the player there.
So trying to set for a default this time with a little bit more of an early presence toward long. That does serve to bring a second player down from the CT's positioning. It weakens up that catwalk stance, but they haven't done anything to try and take advantage of either of those situations. Just oh, his foot was spotted.
Sempus does spot a couple of players towards mid, but it's difficult to give a serious read from that information, and they're not sure whether they're going towards short. Maybe they moved in towards lower B. He could get a kill here, though. It's a real in a dangerous position. If Sempus had faced the gap once again, he would have got the kill there, but the smoke coming off towards CT spawn now. They're looking like they won't commit towards the mid push. They're going to be going towards short, hoping that Sempus would wait on the other side. It's going to be an A play. They could potentially execute this. They have 3 smokes remaining, so the standard execute, smoking on the catwalk towards CT spawn, flashing over, and hoping you can get that next pick. But they have got the AWP on Whitmer, so maybe trying to slow it down. Taken out of the round for a bit, it's going to be that smoke delaying them. This is when you normally say, okay, we probably want to go back to mid now. The time's ticking away. By the time that smoke dissipates, we won't really have time to actually get into the side properly. So that's what they will be doing. Back towards mid, and the B-split will be coming in.
Automatic stuck inside of this machine with the blades spinning on either side. It could be a counter-terrorist milkshake when this is all done. Automatic does get one, though, drops the bomb. But there it is, the two terrorists entering through. Android coming in from the tunnel. And the power of Whitmer.
Too strong.
Whitmer power. Surreal, good shot onto Semphis, and finally Complexity picking up a round on the T side with guns before they lose 11.
CT's now do have a player towards T spawn and going to in lower B as well. It's FNS. He's on your screen right now. I'm sure he's just going to try and get his AWP and get the hell out of there because it's not worth trying to go for this round. Obviously, TSM did win 4 rounds in a row, but it's Complexity bouncing back here on round number 7. Like we said, they were going towards A, and I thought that's what they wanted to do. Whitmer's going to go for the pick, but that smoke actually funneled them back towards middle. They managed to get the kills and went towards the site. Finding 1 kill there. He's done death, but it wasn't enough to hold them off. Complexity now, have a look at the money. It's still pretty strong for the CDs, considering they've saved an AWP as well. They should be absolutely fine for a buy here. Let's have a look. AWP, M4, maybe Automatic could drop a FAMAS and limit himself in terms of the utility. I think that's what they've done. There it is. So double AWP setup this time, Matt. What do you think about that one?
I think that if you put those two AWPs together, it would shoot a laser. And they should find a way to craft inside of their spawn.
B-rush.
But they're going to need the correct materials. That involves getting the C4 out of the terrorist's hands inside of the B tunnels, which means it's stuck inside of the site. And Sick with the flash in is able to try and peek again, get in a better position on top of the platform. He's going to go for that headshot, but no, okay, he's not. I lied. I thought he was going to go for that headshot, but he's got that box, but flashed up. Unfortunately, he runs out of ammunition before he could spray down both because Android extremely low. He's tempted by that AWP. Absolutely not, Henry.
Well, Sick was in decent movement here. He uses that smoke perfectly to get himself in a different position. They've got the bomb inside the B bomb side as well. So, in our Complexity, we have a very difficult task here. 2 players waiting in the bomb side, and they've got presence towards middle and CT spawn as well. So the CT's strong armsing the situation. There is a minute remaining. They're hoping Android can get a pick with this AWP, but I would doubt that anyone will give them anything to work with here. It's a case of if anyone dies, they have a CT faces, and that's there it is. Sick faces the perfect time. Twist gets the final frag. And TSM bounce back after losing that 1 gun round. It's going to be a full reset now for the terrorists. You can see I think they have $1,400 coming in, but Android and Whitmer and Sanks have enough to buy here. They could do 3 AKs and 2 Tech 9s. But it looks like they'll go for a more conservative approach. This Desert Eagles and 50-50s.
He can't really be blamed.
Well, this double AWP setup's looking pretty strong for TSM right now, but still dead even now. 4-4.
Yeah. Tried.
As long as he tried, I don't mind.
A pat on the back with a high ping for death. FNS going to get up on top of the box inside of the CT spawn. Now Def is going to lead the charge toward Catwalk. Instead, good shot! FNS goes down, responded though by Semphis, who doesn't have the support play in position anymore. A rather open position, I have to say, for FNS, to have been playing, considering the situation that he was the rear gunner for Semphis, but he makes up for it. The 3 kills from him. Now plays to a 2 versus 2. Bomb dropped over toward quad. And a very odd split out of all this, because Sanks is still trying to peek through CT. He hasn't done anything to advance his position, including go toward Catwalk, because he wants that AWP to work. What it does do is mean that his teammate, who's out toward long, doesn't really have his support yet. Fortunately, 50 seconds, but they'll have to wait for this to get into position.
Yeah, bomb down in a tricky spot. The terrorists now, once again, low HP. It's going to be Surreal and Sanks. Splitting between long and shorter as well. Sanks with that AWP. You feel like Semphis has just got such a huge advantage in this situation. I'm not really sure what move Sanks can even do to get something out of this. He's going to throw an incendiary or smoke to the side, but still was an incendiary. Does force Semphis out of position, so at least they have something to work with now. Could be an easy shot. Oh my god. As easy as I thought it would be. For some reason took the scope off, and now Sanks really does. Surely does. There it is. Final kill comes in. Okay. Eco now, surely, for Complexity. Oh, no, actually, they took the path well.
They did, that's right. See, because they're playing it smart. They didn't want to trigger you, Henry G.
That's true. Well, I'm happy now. So they did.
Are you happy now?
Very happy. Round number 10. We'll see what the CT brings to the table. Back on that single AWP setup. But Whitmer back with the AWP himself. It's going to be Surreal using the wrong spawn here.
Actually, are you really happy with who you are right now? For the 10 people that know Monine in the chat, they'll be throwing up their hands. Surreal's got twists. Sank does better than that. FNS goes down, and see, that's why you go for the partial buy, Henry, so you can get the execution with the AKs.
Well, they have got 2 kills at the start of the round. There's so much on the kill away, but Android quickly rectifies.
Why is Sick there? In that situation, when they've already lost 2 kills at long, why is he still?
To be fair, he had this. Like I said, Dust 2 is a very reactive map, right? So he leads to most teams when they get kills at long, they're not going to fully commit rush up long. They're going to fall back and try and split the bomb side. So if he's in lower B, he can potentially get the flanker player there, and he's trying to do something. Not give up the round completely at the start, but this is obviously over now. It's going to be automatic remaining up against 4. Yeah, there is considerable damage that has been done, but it's not really going to amount to anything. Surreal gets the kill there. So we tie things up once again, 5-5. Let's look at many lives of TSM. Oh, it's bad, Matt. It's real bad. Take the eco, boys.
Do it.
Do it.
So Complexity, who have won map 1, sitting at 5-5 and a chance to find a 6th relatively easily on Dust 2, map 2. AWP for Surreal. Flash out, Def, so allowing Whitmer to get in better position, but the rush out from long right now, this is 3 pistols, and Whitmer's committed. He's forced in toward the dumpster, 9 HP, tries to Molotov it so he can get back across, but he's going to need the help of his teammates, and this forces them all to commit. This is a bit of a mistake. And Whitmer does get one back into FNS, but they lost Sanks. Thankfully, Android's there, and they know there's one more in this pit.
Whitmer is just facing.
Get out right now.
Yeah, like get out. Like
that was literally your chance out. There's still 2 players here.
It's fine. They're decent flashbang. It was well.
You say it's fine. Oh, this is awful.
It's a fine, Matt. It's all good. 2-on-1 still. I like it. It's all good.
Look at this flank though. Sick. Last alive. Low HP onto Whitmer.
Sometimes
they're not moving away from this either. Look.
Sometimes you got to make it.
They're just chilling.
That's all right. They know he's going to come and get some weapons, right? That's his probably best port of call here. So sit up, and oh god, this is horrible. That's actually all right from Complexity. That's actually a decent call, right? They don't need to rush. There's plenty of time on the board.
That's true. I'll give you that. But I was just saying, look, it's my job to make it sound like it's exciting.
Yeah, they're saying, well, he's probably going to come on and get these guns. He's assuming he's run away. So it's a decent call, like a horrible start to the round, of course. But comes down to the 2-on-1. Complexity do win it. It's still decent cash on Surreal. He's got 8k. And the rest of the guys should be good for another round as well. We'll see. Oh, it's double eco. So TSM now going to be back onto 5.7s and CZ. So Complexity have done themselves a massive favour winning the last round. Could have been an absolute horror show if they hadn't. They should go 7-5 here. You can see how the terrorist side is a much looser than Dust 2. You can rely on the spawns a lot heavier. You can just go, okay, B rush. Oh, let's go for it. Oh, we've got a long spawn. Let's try and get long control. And there are options in that sense. You don't need to have the drill tactics. It's only when you're going for a standard, when you're pushing the CTs back, then you go for the execute. That's when you kind of need the set pieces ready to go. But still very simple in terms of execution for those.
Four toward long, it's going to be given for free with these pistols at long range.
I've got the long control. This is how you should be approaching an anti-go. If you are going to commit to something like long, all 5 players stick together. You have one from the front to the back. Samson first, he gets the headshot on towards FNS. And now the CTs don't really have much to work with. Decent smokes to lock them out of the site. Bomb gets planted, there's no kitchen. CTs obviously, this round is done. They've played this very nicely indeed. Nothing given away. And now anything for 100 is not worth it. Don't give anything away at this point. Just keep your AKs, boys. Yeah, all you'd be doing is potentially risking your death and costing yourself cash. There's nothing to be gained. Apart from $300 maybe, that's it.
Just trying to find the shot.
Sank still wants it.
I know, they want to give away a gun, why not?
See what he decides to do.
It's just an AK.
He's falling back a little bit. Oh, good lord.
That was outrageous. They get one gun down for their efforts, but I don't know if you call that a good effort or a bad one.
From both sides, I guess.
7-5, yep. 7-5 now. Complexity with a 2-round lead. AWP back into the hands of Whitmer.
And
obviously, they didn't have to rebuy. It was Android that had to rebuy, but it's Semphis that's going to pick it up.
After 2 partial buy, or 2 ecos almost. It's actually a pretty weak buy from TSM. You can see no armor on Semphis, no kits purchase, or automatic has one now. But a lack of utility as well. This is going to be another struggle for them. The dying sectors of this first half. The long control coming in once more. Surreal leading the charge. Decent smokes there, take away the CT vision. They've actually isolated. Who's up in the pit? It's going to be Twist. So he's having a real tough time. He's got no backup as well. So if the terrorists can take advantage of the situation, just make sure they refrag. It doesn't have to kill him clean. Just make sure they have players facing him at the same time. This could be really advantageous for them.
Skin him like a rat.
All we have to do is face at the same time, boys.
Smoke's going to make that hard, though. Yeah. Depth. Oh, it's deep, though. I think Depth can see. Yeah, can't see through that. No, I lied. Okay.
Well, the opportunity they had is going to be eradicated now, but they do have a player still towards blue bin, so hopefully going to keep him there, listening out for the footsteps, the rotations. He could gather himself a free kill potentially. Well, like I said, we know that you can see the feet in that position, though, so let's see whether Surreal will be discovered. A split coming in, so Surreal won't make his move until they're literally planting, until they're getting kills. He'll just be sitting there as long as possible. There we go, perfect.
That works.
Yep. That's what he wanted.
FNS going to walk back up, though, from CT. Still has Semphis out at long right now with the AWP. Good shot, finds the head of Android, but Semphis has to commit to that long position because of Surreal sitting there and taking down his teammate. And therefore, the AWP can't come back in to cover off the ramp, to cover off the A platform even more still. This automatic is going to take down Sanks, though. FNS has to fade away. They'll give up the site for the plant and play the retake with 2. A kit only in the hands of Otto. And black screens are my favorite.
Automatic is dead. As I say, Women's got the AWP, but he's not down towards long. It's a decent plant for him as well, so this could get interesting. Surreal isn't it? FNS gets the first kill. I think it was a jumping shot as well. Oh, he could do some big work here, but that's not going to be enough. Automatic now, low HP, decides to opt out of the situation.
What's this ping right now, I wonder, Def?
Still be 126, I guess. Why would it change?
Just curious, in case things suddenly transported into another dimension.
The Atlantic Ocean got slightly smaller.
Actually, the Atlantic Ocean's the one that's spreading. It would be the Pacific that gets smaller, Henry.
Anyway, can we press the tab then? Let's have a look for Matt's sake.
Let's do it. Yanko. Yanko.
He might have fallen asleep, you know.
Yeah, it's 100%. Hey, it's 126, you're right. It's still the same.
5 to 10 obviously is struggling, but they're still winning rounds. 4 in a row now for complexity. They've won the half. And the money's still pretty bad for TSM. They will be forcing into this, though. This could cost them. We're going to the next round of $3,400, of course. They're on maximum loss bonus pretty much now after this. But let's see if they can do anything with this famous UMP Scout. And the AK managed to stay last. Pushing off towards short. Obviously, you need to try and make something happen with these lesser weapons. Try and have some sort of surprise element. But complexity are waiting for this. They are ready. Whether they can hit the shots is another matter. They were waiting for it, but it's FNS pushing up, gets the first 2 kills with the FAMAS, and like I said, complexity seemed like they were ready for that situation, just get completely wrecked by the lesser weapons. FNS continuing his charge here, 3 kills for him.
Why not? 8 to 5, it's going to be 8 to 6. Android, X23, gets 1.
That's such a weird name.
Stop asking questions I cannot answer.
It's more of a rhetorical question.
Why is the sky blue?
That's not the same sort of question.
Why is the sky blue?
Well, I don't know. There's a scientific reason behind it, isn't there?
It reflects the ocean, Henry. Everyone knows that.
No, definitely that's not the reason.
Why is the ocean blue?
What do you mean?
Because it reflects the sky.
Oh, God. Anyway, we're going to round number 15. TSM, who were on the back foot in terms of the economy, do bounce back with that aggressive push. Semphis looking lower B now. Should get his kill towards Sanks as well. He's done for it, closing up the B as well. Great aggressive play here. That's going to funnel the terrorists towards long. They have to act fast now. They've lost the entirety of the map. They're going to be challenged by Twister as well. Twister doesn't need to face this. That's the thing. He can maybe go for a quick shoulder peek, get the information. Does not need to commit to it. 4-6 takes down Surreal.
For the record, the sky is blue because of the atmospheric refraction from the light. It has to do with the Kelvin scale. Whitmer's going to fire. Does hit the shot on Semphis. Looked like he was a little bit wide, but does just collect the shoulder. The Achilles heel. The Achilles shoulder. The Semphis shoulder. Twit's going to pop back out. Finds 2, though. That stops the bomb. It sprays continuously until he finds Android. 8 to 7 at half. Anyone's game completely. And different map, no less, but complexity much better this time on their T side.
Yeah, they had some decent fundamentals there. Utilising the spawns quite a lot. They win the pistol once again. So they did 3 B rushes in a row to open it up. So you can see quite a loose play style in terms of other maps. You can get away with that sort of stuff. And they're using the spawns for long as well. Trying to get that long control can be one of the most valuable parts of the map. Once you get that, it means you can push the CDs back to the side, go into an A split, force them to go for some aggression towards B tunnels potentially. So it's a much easier map to play in terms of raw tactics. You can rely on your star players to step up and find you kills and win you rounds single-handedly. So Def obviously was struggling. I think he finished on 5 for 10 or something. he's one of the stronger fraggers
Yeah,
in the team.
but I mean, the ping doesn't definitely help.
That's the point I'm making. Yeah. So like, they're missing.
He did have the 3 versus 2 retake where he tagged up FNS to put him into red HP from 45 and then killed the second minute. Don't hit the grenade with the switch comb.
I just want to see whether you can do the actual, when you press inspect in game. So what is that?
You're going to cut yourself. That is atrocious. What are you doing?
You okay?
That's all right. Yeah, it's just this. That's all he does.
No, he does all this stuff.
I like that. Doesn't he spin it for once? We were
Yeah.
talking about this. He just does like the...
You've been practicing.
What do you mean? I'm good. It's my. I take this to the bar with me, and I just go, "Hey, baby, I'm gonna shank you later."
Well then, okay. Well, what can you say about that one? We will be getting to the second half here. I think the freeze time has been cancelled at this point. Oh no, maybe not. But yeah, it's very dead even, like you said. It is going to be complexity winning the half just about. But some decent reactions there from TSM. We were missing that in Mirage. People weren't.
To be fair, I think he just does it with like one finger because that way he can rotate it quicker. I think.
Who does that belong to, by the way? Where did it come from?
Do you know what the funny thing is? The guy with the least amount of hair of all of us owns it.
Who?
James.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He just likes props.
Fair enough. I guess it's kind of cool.
It's made by Benchade.
Second half begins.
He got it shipped from Finland. Why would Of course Finland would have this.
Of course. Second half begins. You heard the bell. TSM now on the terrorist side. They've gone for a much more tactical approach in terms of the buy so far. 2 smokes and a Molotov as well. That will be probably for a post-plant situation. So Sanks going towards middle. He gets absolutely destroyed by the Glock from T-Spawn. And now he needs to try and fall back here. Very careful. I don't know why he's still facing, but he's going for it. Going to be watching the terrorists and hearing them go towards short. And it's going to be Six leading the charge here. Def to challenge him first, but he's got that low sensitive chance of making it happen. But Surreal gets a lovely shot there with the USP. Takes down Sick. FNS. He gets a shot towards Def. And now they are kind of pinched on towards the bomb site here. Sanks taking out FNS in return.
Auto. Gonna run back, try and play this from catwalk. 1 to stay at quad by default. That's Semphis. Go for a late peek when they're not covered off from both angles, and Otto waiting for flashes to come over, has his back turned. He's not sure when to peek again. And when he does, he's greeted by Whitmer, who fights forward to try and find Semphis, but the shot comes in from Taz to save him. This is where the crossfire prevails. And once again, Twist, excuse me, not Taz, is able to pick up another double kill, but he is gone, and it's a great shot. They were thinking about knifing even Surreal. Default knife, they don't have this. Thanks. Ooh, they do. Oh my God, that's close.
I didn't have the sound in my ear.
I do, and I wasn't even sure. Default knife, I was about to call the maneuver, but it was 0.3 seconds. What a play.
Wowzers. Is that a word to say?
Yeah. Yeah, Henry G would say that.
Oh, wow. That was a great round. Complexity. Even though TSM had full control of that situation, had the crossfire set up, they had the man disadvantage, but great crossfires. And it comes down to the 0-second defuse. So Complexity, once again, in this series, they've won all 4 pistol rounds map. That is pretty crazy. So surely going to be the victors here, but we'll see how this one goes down. They are going to be 9-7 up. No force buy from TSM, of course. They'll be buying up in the third with the AK. So just some PT50s and Deagles here to try and help them get the bomb down. If they do that again, that could be very beneficial to them going forward into that round. Surreal waiting on the site. We've got Whitmer here in towards the car. He'll be trying to listen up for footsteps, trying to cause a crossfire. It probably should be the other way around in terms of this setup, but let's see what he can do. I'd like, if they come towards short here, I'd rather have the MP7 on the side, that's floating and weaving.
Well played. Continue spraying, why not? Whitmer again with a double. But Automatic and Twist have made it at least a decent situation in not only finding the refrag onto him, excuse me, at the car, but Twist coming in from catwalk, that picks up an M4. And look at the damage he's done. Over the top, he'll find Def. And suddenly it's down to the 1 versus 1. Twist goes to the Deagle instead of the M4. He doesn't want to reload, but he lands it up. That was very well controlled, very relaxed and comforting from the young man from Canada.
Strange approach for Complexity. Bomb hadn't even been planted at that point. They're just rushing and panicking when they see the bomb thrown onto the door to site. It was very nice from Twist, I have to say, but still, Complexity could have calmed down a lot more. They had a player coming from short as well. Just waiting to see despawn, waiting for your teammates to be there. That's how Counter-Strike works, guys. You've got to make sure you eradicate all these possible points of error, and they got a bit too excited, saw the bomb cross. Don't let them plant, whatever you do. And sometimes I would say, don't plant and make sure you give yourself the guarantee of winning the round. That player coming towards short, he would have been with them. He wouldn't have had control of 2 players in towards city spawn. And I could go on about that situation all night long, but it'd be very boring. But it's going to be 9-8. TSM winning a round. I'd say they didn't really deserve. They didn't really have anything for that. Very small situation. Orps, AKs, M4s, all down.
Ooh, nearly caught him on the exchange there as Whitmer had to run from the flames. Death, whatever you want to call it. Automatic, dead. Death wants more, but he falls to Semphis. And the AWP is fighting forward still. It's FNS to back him up because they tried to push through and catch him off on the reload, but it is FNS instead. It's getting surreal. It's going to look good for the rifles now. Twist spots up at least one more. Again, just trying to tap. Very disciplined with the trigger, but has to run and get back into the site. 28 HP, and now he's got the boxes to dart and dance behind.
Should be almost guaranteed round at this point, but they are just waiting to get the bomb plant. This is fine, though. Like, you don't have to rush plants. Make sure you give yourself a 100% chance of winning the round. Three players, sorry, are very low, so I just want to make sure they were pushing them back towards short. CTs, just with USPs and PT50s, don't really have much to work with. Just hoping and get a chance headshot on towards Twist here. But I don't think they'll get anything. Twist through the barrel there, got to take on Sanks. And now he can fall back. It's a platform plant, so they don't really commit. But Twist, you can see he's in the zone. He wants to get his final kill. He wants to potentially risk his M4 for no real reason, but you know what? I'm very confident. I don't mind. No. Sick takes him down in the end. Android drops. And we go to number 19. The money. All the CT's still not balanced out here. You can see that if they were to buy, it'd be an absolute shocker. I think they will just be taking a partial here. You can see Whitmer with $4,900, so he definitely can get an alt next round. Potentially two if they wanted to. We get into round number 19. Here we go. Decent spawn breath and S, as I said. Best two can be a spawn reliant map. Flash out. It can be very beneficial.
Ooh. FNS with the refrag after the one dig. Semphis with the AWP just covering off the cross at middle. They are on either side of this, and they're trying to be a little bit clever. They make sure that the AK is not re-grabbable first and foremost, but they're wanting information, so it's going to be Android, I believe. Don't take that back. Sanks, excuse me. That's going to be pushing into the B tunnels. Have to do something out of this dirty situation that they find themselves in, but it's not like they're going to be able to do much with that push into the tunnels either, because they are going catwalk and long, and A split. Bomb crossing now. Bomb going to be planted within the next 7 seconds, and Sanks going to be dying in the next 13.
You think so?
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, God damn it. Close. Close. He got damage done on 13 seconds. He died at 16, 17, 18, 19. Just die already. Jesus, Sanks.
Still, strong part of the cast so far, I think. One of the most exciting moments we've had. 10-9, TSM do take the lead now. And you have to say, Complexity did throw that massive round away. That cost him almost 3 rounds here. We go into number 20 now. And it's going to be the all coming out for Wentman. They're not going for the double. Android coming in with M4 to finish things off. They have got a decent buy here. Chance to get back into this. It really is going to come down to the wire. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw overtime again, Matt. Really wouldn't surprise me. It comes down to this. 3 players in lower B for TSM. I'd imagine they get flashed through middle from the top of mid. And I'll try and go for the pick here. There's the first smoke onto the left-hand side corner. That's going to be Semphis backing them up. Actually just go straight towards catwalk here, so maybe he's working a pick, and we'll see one of those classic defaults of trying to push the AWP back, and that will be Whitmer this time. Can he step up? Yeah, they're going to be setting up for a smoke if they can.
That smoke is actually well placed, because Whitmer now has to play it for quad. Looks for the drop instead. Knows one's gone down, but he's given up so much ground. They're going to be pretty much on top of him. Sick. There it is. AK in the face. And Twist going to plant the bomb now down for catwalk. 3 CT players coming in from the spawn. One out toward along, just making sure there's no late push, and once they're in position, he should quickly turn back and start to approach for the retake, but he's actually not right now. Surreal just sitting down there. Now he's going to go once the flash comes in. Around the corner, halfway up the wall already, but look at the flank from Twist. It's well timed. He gets 1. He only gets 1. He actually goes down, but Automatic is able to pick it up. Brilliantly done.
Yeah, very nice flanks there. If you can get in those sort of positions from mid-doors as the CTs are going for their full retake, you can cause absolute chaos. And that was proven there. And it's going to be another eco coming in from Complexity. Can't really justify much more than some upgraded pistols here. CZs, Eagles, it seems, and TSM getting a healthy lead here, and 11k on Sempus as well. They've got money for days. And change of pace if the CT's going to be boosting 2 players up towards shorts. We'll see what kind of, if they've got any grenades or not. They've got a smoke and a couple of flashes. Not really much they can do with these, but looking like a simple contact B play from TSM. Well, actually, but they still win.
Android, Diesel. Woo! Bye-bye, Sempus.
They've got the bomb as well.
They do have the bomb as well. It's inside, well inside of the site. Depth going to try and get up on top of the boxes. Unfortunately, UK players can't jump, so doesn't get there. Automatic gets Whitmer in turn, and now they need to make sure they don't overcommit to this. They don't overface, and Sanks goes down. They have a chance to wrap back through the tunnels. If they wanted, they could easily split from middle. Good shot from Android. He's the last alive, though, and that gun is going to be so tempting right now. Just barely grabs the barrel. FNS is low, and he could do well to time this. Now, if FNS is observant, he'll realize that AK's gone missing, which means he must be close. They're both on red. Android falling away. Remember, no armor. Aim punch could be a very severe factor in this case. Goes back for the door, nearly lines them both. Hits the shot onto Automatic and TSM. It's down to just FNS to find this bomb. It's near the empty corridor, which is now dropped and taken down as Android comes back through. Huge play. 4 kills from him, 2 with the Deagle.
Android with 4 kills. TSM there going for that simple contact B play. But I said, as soon as they went that first pick, they took a ton of damage. And it's kind of to fall apart as they committed towards the site. The Desert Eagle coming up massively for Android. And he picks up the AK and finishes things off in the 2 versus 1. And that's a massive round for them to get back into this. Like I said, I'm very confident we'll get into overtime here. It's very, very close in terms of back and forth and the money situations for both teams. But TSM going to be going in with Sempus or once again. I think they'll be retaking long. Bombs down towards that position. Some mid-control coming in as well. They're going to be uncontested for now. It's quite a passive hold from the CTs. And Sanks drops the smoke and bait himself in. Flashbangs here. So instead of allowing a mid-split to come in and have to deal with tunnels and mid, they're trying to focus on that mid area, overrun it, and Sick does repel with a frag. Def pushing through mid doors here. Does no automatic is here. Ball's going to be big. Manages to hit the headshot there.
Yes.
4 on 3.
Yes. I do ponder the chance. Okay, so there it is. They're going to use the skybox, the lack thereof. Smart from Whitmer to play inside this. You can hit a shot and then Houdini back into it. Disappear at will. Maybe so. Whitmer step 2, almost a 3rd. Chase it down. This ain't no monkey business. He's not monkeying around. 11-11, Henry. Make a wish.
I'm so sick of making a wish.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, it's the only thing you can rely on.
Every game goes to 11-11.
It's good. I need a lot of wishes.
At least we're casting American CSGO, even know what we're talking about when we say 11-11.
It's Canadian versus the UK. Oh. We've been over this. Oh, yeah. Why do you assume that's an American thing?
Because I've never heard of it.
So because you haven't heard of it. Henry G hasn't heard of it.
Every other Brit I've mentioned it to, no idea.
So maybe it's just not a British thing. Doesn't mean it's an American thing.
Is it an American
thing? Do you think you count for the whole rest of the world in the UK?
Is it an American thing?
I don't think so.
Where is it from then?
It's probably like Japanese or something.
Probably. They famously say 11-11 in English.
Yes, they do. They love palindromic symbols. They told me.
Anyway. It's going to be a TSM force fight here. Galil and a Desert Eagle into a twist here. Got a lack of utility as well. But he's struggling this round. Sempus has the orb. It's going to come down to that man there, whether he can make something happen. Once again, going towards the A site. 4 players towards the catwalk area. And there's 1 towards T-spawn. He'll be the one getting those flanks towards CT once again, as we saw when they went for the execution. What they're trying to hold him off with the flashbang, waiting for the flashes to come himself before he faces once again. But should have a chance to get a kill here. Twist as well. Flurry of frags coming in right now, but it's still the man advantage towards Complexity. Android about to step up. Will he face towards middle? Trying to find the confidence for it. But it's not going to matter. Still a 2-on-1 in Complexity favour. The bomber is down towards the mid doors.
For the Night's Watch, Automatic. It's going to grab.
Is that what it means? It wasn't the
I don't know. We just agreed on that. I don't know what it actually is. Tim never wins.
That's what it was. You're right.
Automatic going to check off these corridors in the lower tunnels, but he's got someone staring him down. He's greeted by that someone. That someone is surreal. A mix between reality and something that is perceived not to be.
Indeed. That's really went for that. The young Brits, let's get the final kill. And it's going to be 12-11 here. And a force buy coming in from TSM. I didn't think they'd be doing this. But they've gone
What
for
did
it.
you think they were going to do?
I thought they'd potentially just get some upgraded pistols, like a pretty much full eco, and build the cash up. But they're all in. Can I have a look at the scoreboard very quickly, please?
No.
Very quickly. That's not actually too late. Keep going. Sick, that's the first kill. This kid's working out very fast. B-split coming in here. So every two CTs waiting for them, but a huge advantage. You see Whitmer does have some vision. Gets one through the smoke. It's going to be Sanks stepping up with Android as well. Twist gets the kill to see. Doing some fantastic work here. And they hold on strong. It looked like a very successful round coming in from TSM. Good, fast strat. And now it's round number 25. Complexity can get in touching distance now, Matt, of series points. Complexity have been struggling in a lot of leagues recently, whether they can actually find some wins here. Have had some decent maps against NRG in the first night we casted, and unable to actually win any. But one Mirage, and looking like they could take Dust 2 as well. TSM once again, partial buy. They must be racking up that loss bonus at this point. As we enter round number 25. Are you ready?
Yes. Ask me one more. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think I can do this. All right.
Take it away.
All right. Semphis with... Oh, Deagle, all right. He hits the shot onto depth. I can't even mess around when he hits a shot like that. That was pretty nutty. Mid now weakened up. They can try and exploit the fact that they've thinned out the defense. He's obviously the swing player as well, as he was on the right side of mid. They're going to know that's one less on the A side. So here comes the smokes, the drop play. Whitmer going to be under threat, and around the corner these Tech 9s can be threatening. Whitmer hits a nice up-close shot, though. And now suddenly Surreal caught in the open, nearly gets pincered out, but Automatic can't close the kill. Bomb is still going to be planted, but Surreal above this one finds one more. And he's got the information on where they're trying to transfer to right now. It's Sick, the last alive.
Really solid play there from Surreal. He's going to be finding the last player here. Surely he gets the headshot as well. That's actually very strong from him. He gets 3 kills in the round, and he was stuck between a very difficult situation.
A rock in a hard place.
I was going to say that.
I know you were trying to avoid it.
Everyone says it. I was like, don't go there. It's something we always say too much. But yeah, like he was stuck between players coming from long and then forcing himself toward that smoke and crossover as well. But it looks like, what have we got? Pause.
Tactical pause. 56 seconds apparently was what the time was, we were told. I mean, this makes sense for TSM to call this right now. If Complexity win 2 more rounds, this series is done, dusted. That wasn't meant to be something. Look at that shot. It wasn't meant to be something about the map they're playing on, but it's over. Did you catch the handle or the blade?
The handle.
Oh, okay.
If this is a real knife, I'd have cut
You
my own
would have
wrist
just
by now.
absolutely wrecked yourself.
We'll look good for that down.
I knew this was a good idea to bring this in here because we would totally talk about Counter-Strike.
Now we've got a new properly, so we got.
Wait, on how to do this. Fire in the hole.
I thought I was going to break something.
And we're dead. See? You still suck at
Actually, no, that makes it better.
Yeah, because you can't hold it down. You muzzle it. You have to. See? What are your thoughts from TSM? What can they do to make this better? Because obviously money's been an issue. That round, I really did think if Whitmer hadn't hit the first shot from the player coming up from CT, I think they would have had it.
Yes, I agree. And they could have done it. But I think this pause is more to kind of stop the momentum, kind of just calm down a little bit. They're probably thinking it's not so much the approach of the round is going horribly wrong. It's just that they're not winning.
Why
these
is that
touches.
nade you're not exploding yet?
It's got a long duty on it.
Did James buy a dud?
Long take coming in here. Change of pace here for sure. But it's Whitmer! Double frag with the Molotov. And it's Sick though. He does make it in the turn. It's going to be Whitmer getting his 3rd of the round. He needs to get out of this situation. He's still being committed behind the smoke. He's probably going to die here, Matt. I'm not a big fan of this decision, but he's going to.
Oh, Semphis. Okay. That was easy for Semphis. I was going to say Semphis is scoped up. If he had gone to the other side of the smoke, it might have been one of those stupid plays where it works out. But you're right. He had no business being there.
Like, he obviously committed at that point, but I'd say just have the AWP up, hope for the best. Just running through your pistol doesn't really get around to anything. 14-11 now. Semphis will be pushing up towards the crossover. Looking for the next pick. I think he'll get this as well. All day long. Yep, there it is. Thanks, takes him down. Oh, he takes down Semphis, I should say. But now, almost a guaranteed situation here. This would be an absolute nightmare for them to throw away.
Yeah, gifted.
But he is coming from long, Android.
You're gifted.
Bomb has been planted.
Certain areas I am, yeah.
Android, well played, well recovered. Gonna try and grab an AWP and change this, but unfortunately for him, it's planted at catwalk, which means no one needs to face this. And he's gonna stick to it. Likely just try and get a kill and keep it. Yeah, there. Mine. I keep for you. I give to you next round.
Is that what he talks like?
I have no idea what he talks like. I'm just entertaining myself. Because unfortunately, for the next 10 seconds, we don't have much to talk about, Henry.
Yeah, we do. It was a TSM. They lost the first 2 frags there to the Incendiary. Whitman found a third as well, but it was Sick once again stepping up. He finds 2 frags, and Sempus with the AW for the second. Just saw him scoping up. It wasn't any doubt in my mind he was going to miss those shots. He gets him back into this. And the money's still strong for the CTs, but that, like I said, once you have the long spawn, it's almost like the Hail Mary play. Just go in and see what you can do with it. They flashed over and lost the first 2 frag before, so it was a guaranteed round for complexity, but wasn't meant to be. Problem is, though, TSM now lost their accumulated bonus of 5 rounds. It's going to be reset to 1400 if they do lose this round. It potentially could cost them the game. Let's see how it goes down there. Very exciting when we hit the final stage. This is rushing now. It's like, yeah, no, rush long. Okay, I'll just rush short, shall we? Crazy play coming in. Chris getting the first 2 kills. Automatically gets 1 as well. Just keep rushing. That's what we've learned from this now. Forget how to actually do CS properly. Just rush.
Yeah, I mean, TSM, post-timeout, looked like they could take full control of this game right now.
Just rush.
Well, Rush isn't on this team anymore.
Was that a joke, Matthew?
I'm not really sure what it was. It was so bad.
Was it an attempt of humour?
I don't really know anymore.
Didn't have any substance to it whatsoever.
They're hunting as well. They know the situation as best as we do. Sanks might get 1 here on to FNS. Yep, easily done. But his teammate is going to come under threat, and he can't even rotate back in to help him because as soon as he does, he's going to be cut off by Sick. Easy peasy lemons. EZPZ lemon squeeze it. I'm sorry, I forgot we're in Britain. There it is. They get Android as well. Worth it. At the price of 1 gun, bomb goes off. It's now a 1-point game in TSM with a great economy situation. They will be able to buy. But only, actually, I take that back. Sorry. I got confused because I saw Android's money, and I just assumed that they were all even. But apparently, they've been making mistakes throughout the course of the half.
We've all made mistakes, Matthew, some more than others.
You're right. I'm really sorry about all those mistakes you've been making.
Me too. Round number 28. Here we go then. TSM, after 2 very audacious rounds, is rushing long, rushing short. Now going to be forcing to pretty much full eco here. And the first kill does get taken down by FNS. Android does find it in return. He can find the kill. And FNS, 1 bullet required. He gets it. Surely that's not the way that TSM throw his game away. They are going to have 2 AKs to work with now, but the problem is terrorists have got the control of the A-bomb site, making their way to it's a long plant as well. Should be an almost guaranteed situation at this point. Sempus can get towards long, and he can have his 2 teammates. Oh, it doesn't even matter. He's going for the aggressive face towards middle. Why not? Guaranteed in round. Sempus has been winning them a lot of these key rounds towards the latter stages. I feel like this is going to be overtime now. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? We had a double OT game last. I don't mean double OTs in 2 in a row. I mean 2 overtime games
maps,
in a row. Yeah. Last night it actually did go the distance in all 3. Don't forget we still have Liquid CLG coming up after this.
That's the hot
Barn
match of the night.
burner. A barn burner.
Barn burner.
Twist gets Def. And another one to TSM. And even less money now for complexity. Overtime may not even be possible. To be completely honest, they'll be able to get what they can out of this. AWP as well for Whitmer. Def on the M4.
Can we jump on the Whitmer cam, please? I want to see what they're.
Is that what they actually technically is? He has his own camera.
That's what
Is he sponsored by GoPro?
I installed it on the server before.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's GoPro?
Yeah. No, nothing interesting. I was hoping to get boost up to short and try and do something interesting. Excuse me.
You?
Yes. My stomach still doesn't really know how to operate at these sort of times. I shouldn't be awake.
No, you shouldn't.
But
Smell this cloth and let me know if it smells like chloroform.
okay. Now it's looking like another fast approach here. TSM is throwing the default out the window. It's going to be choosing an objective, and they seem to be going for it this time. Let's go, guys. Smoke off towards mid. Let's take short once again. Not rushing this time, but going to be going for the simple plays. Probably similar sort of smokes we've seen before, and try and rely on the Semper Sorb. CTZO reacting to this. 3 players toward the B side of man. Needs to operate quickly now. As they are going to be flashing into the B tunnels. Going to spot no one's there. And now you need to start moving, lads. Let's go. Come on.
This is interesting because they're going to get so much read on
Here we
this, so
go.
much information, so much map
It's
control.
like, it's almost useless information at this point. You've got 3 players there. Like, if they commit towards A, what are you going to do with this?
But they're not necessarily going yet. The problem is now that Sempus hits the shot on Def, they are going to go. And they are, not only that, going to lose one of the very important men in that rat pack of, I don't know what dogs, rat pack of dogs coming from Thanks gets automatic
Pack of
back
dogs,
though.
maybe?
And suddenly, listen, don't question my logic. It all makes sense in my head, and that is all that matters. It is a one-man advantage for Complexity, trying to retake this site, though. Kits for both Whitmer and Droid. And when I say both, it usually implies 2, but Sanks also has one. So the thrice of them. As Surreal gets the shot. This is good because now they can cross over, get toward that platform. Still planning for Catwalk, though. Have to hold this open. Whitmer needs to hit it. Does do so. And Surreal can go forward. Checks out Quad quickly and finds it on the edge of the smoke. It's going to be map point first for Complexity. And keeping 4 alive is massive in this situation, given the money situation.
So what I meant when I said it's almost useless information having 3 people up a B, the problem is, as soon as Sempus got that first kill, I was assuming he was going to spot the last 2 of them and say, guys, just fully rush A at this point. We know they're on lower B. They're out of position. There's only going to be 2 towards A. That's why it makes sense if you have one person pushing up a B, because then he gets tons of info and he can tell his teammates, okay, guys, rotate towards A. You guys can actually get that. That's useful information. Having 3 and lower, it's normally, I'd say, a little bit useless. But, you know, it worked out that time. Complexity now 1 round away from taking this series, and TSM have got long control, though. The balls to refaces, though, it's going to be difficult for them. The flame feels something Twist going to get to there, surely. He takes down Whitmer, but Def answers back. He's done a ton of damage as well. They're trying to boost clumsily towards that blue bin. There's going to be 3 of them there, and it's going to be a missed shot from Sempus. That one had to hit. Automatic trying to do what he can, takes down Surreal. This is going to come down right to the wire. Low HP, more sick, and ulted.
Sick. Trying to find the shot onto Def, who knows he's here now inside of the smoke. They commit to it, and he does manage to pick it up. So they've got them an advantage. Bomb down toward long, though, but still have to get toward the site. And that's going to be in the hands of Automatic with 10 HP. Android first up the ramp. Smoke spotted. Oh, massive gap. It doesn't have his gun. They throw it. It's gifted. If he had jumped, he would have been by because the gun wasn't drawn. Now it's a 2 versus 2, and Automatic with 10 HP had to distill himself from that cover behind the box because he had to go retrieve that bomb. The jump shot nearly does it. It just barely misses. Narrow margin at that, and they are going to stick the plant. Sanks playing from Catwalk, has to wait for it to favor him, but they flash out. Android with 1 Automatic can't do this. There's no way with 10 HP he can do this. Or can he? No. Android hits it. Fennec from Canada. Complexity 2-0 over TSM, who, if they kept their Canadian flag, would have won the series. Victory bell.
2 times for 2 maps. That's what you have to do. You have to count how many maps they win. Anyway, Complexity do it.
Welcome back, YNK.
Hello. You missed some really great stuff. You're doing stuff with knives and jokes.
How was your hair?
There was a rat pack of dogs at one point. Like, it was all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah, I have dandruff. It's no big deal. I
Right
travel
then.
a lot.
I stay away from it.
Complexity with a player in the UK have won 2-0. And they've won all pistols tonight as well. That's quite a big
true.
factor. I think there was,
That's
in terms of the
actually
gun
massive.
rounds, there was like, it was pretty even, to be fair. And TSM, I'd say, almost had the edge, but winning both, all 4 gun rounds, pistol rounds tonight, it's going to have a pretty,
I had to think about that for a second, but yeah, they did.
yeah.
The only thing is that in the second map, second half, they lost the second.
eco, yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
they
Yes.
lose the eco. Of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
they do against no armor.
Yeah, that
They
was,
just decide to give control of long and cat. Play
making-
2-1-2 setup for no reason. Yeah, but I felt that this map.
I like how you pull yourself back.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
there.
this map wasn't as, weird, so let's call it like that, as Mirage was. But there were a couple of, again, crucial mistakes at crucial rounds that in the end decided the winner. Of course, losing both pistols again is never easy to recover from. But there was that one round where, are we calling him Android?
yes.
Yes,
Okay,
Fennec, Android.
Yeah, where Android got, I think, a quad kill, or he got a 2 kills with the Deagle, then picked up the AK.
Yeah,
where a
yeah,
player
yeah.
from TSM ran all the way in with the bomb. I mean, not by himself. His teammates were there, but they were like picking and prodding from the tunnels. He just ran in all the way. The bomb was dropped, and they were like, what? Well, what do we do now? Instead of just committing, you need to commit at that point. And you could see, I think it was 14-13 round, I'm not really sure, when TSM just rushed Catwalk with at least 4 players. And they got, Twist got great entry kills, but they went in as a unit, right? Through the smoke, who cares?
Yeah.
They had a read, they were probably going to be towards long, the CTs, I just try and get cat control. And even if the first player dies, there's the rest of the team to pick up the trade kills. And that was a great round, but a bunch of times, again, we saw, similar to Mirage, people just, you know, waiting
That's-
around.
You saw after their pause TSM, that's when they just thought, you know what, we're actually just screwing up all these defaults. Why don't we just say,
Run.
we've got a decent spawn, let's rush long. We've got a decent spawn, let's just rush short. And it actually worked out. Actually, 2 rounds actually got them back into towards the game. And so
Nearly had the game, in
those
fact.
kind of things, those can work sometimes. You can see how the CDs weren't expecting that whatsoever. They actually were boosting up onto the bomb side when they just rushed short, and they weren't ready for it whatsoever. And I always say that long is one of the most important parts of the map. If you can swarm it with the correct flashbangs and do good smokes to take away the CT vision, that can be a very effective way to win rounds. But
Yeah.
they did that a couple of times, just threw away the defaults, and that's how they got back into it. But complexity seemed too strong. Just in the end, they kind of pulled it off.
And Whitmer also had a pretty good game. I think he ended up on 27 kills, and we pointed out that they would need someone to step up significantly individually, because TSM this is one of their favorite maps to play as well. You know, when you combine all of that with also, they had another crazy close clutch round where they diffused like in the really last.
That was-
3
seconds.
was that the pistol?
That was on the pistol,
That was
yeah.
a CT pistol.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a 0.3
I mean,
second.
not only step up individually because it's one of TSM's better maps, but the fact that they were lacking in def strike power being in the UK. So, I mean, that's a big.
He was bottom,
difference.
and like he's like one of the guys who's actually one of the best fraggers in that team.
Did you know
Yes.
that? So obviously he's having visa issues. That's why he's back in the UK. There is a petition going around you can sign to get the White House to recognize
see
esports
that.
as a real sport and therefore grant visas to players playing esports in the United States of America. Now you may ask, as Yanko once did to me a long time ago, what good is a petition?
ago,
Well,
of course.
if it's signed by enough people, I think it's 100,000.
100,000, yeah.
It is forced to go to the House for legislation, and therefore it must be brought to the attention of the lawmakers in the U.S. Sign the goddamn petition. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be CLG versus Liquid in our third and final North American division Counter-Strike matchup on ECS.